City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com. And welcome to another edition of City Spotlight. We're on location for this episode in Paris. We're going to talk about two different groups here on Paris. And in the first segment, we're going to talk about the PERK mentoring program. On February 22nd, we caught up with Trisha Vitale and Jody Sperry, as well as their nearly 70 students and their mentors, at a winter party that celebrated some of the recent achievements in the PERK mentoring program. PERK is in its third year in Paris, and they're looking to expand into other communities in Edgar County. And then in our second segment on Paris, we head over to the Paris Center of Fine Arts over at Paris High School, and we caught up with a familiar guest here on City Spotlight, Tanner Laughlin. Tanner is now the drama director at PCHS. Tanner and the drama students at PCHS are getting ready for our first showing of Mary Poppins on April 13th. Tanner talks about directing his first show here at Paris Community High School, as well as what it's like to work at a facility like the Paris Center of Fine Arts, and a behind-the-scenes look as the drama students get ready for their production of Mary Poppins. That's coming up, but first, let's talk about the PERK mentoring program on this City Spotlight episode on Paris.
Hi, my name is Trisha Vitale, and I'm the PERK president.
My name is Jody Sperry, and I am the PERK Mentoring Program Coordinator.
PERK was developed as a program to supply young adults or children with a positive adult influence in their lives outside of a family member.
We started out, this is our third year for our program in the Paris community. We started out with grades 3rd through 5th, and then each year as we got more of our mentors, we recruited mentors, then we expanded the grades to help us grow our numbers.
Now we include almost 70 children in the Paris area, grades 1 through 8th. PERK stands for People Encouraging Remarkable Kids. So we felt that that pretty much summed it up on what we're trying to do. PERK is needed in every community, I feel like, in the United States and beyond. Every child can significantly benefit from a positive adult role model outside of a family member. They struggle with many different problems throughout their youth, starting in kindergarten all the way through, whether it be a social situation or a divorce or another family situation that they may not feel comfortable talking to their parents or a relative about. Some of them have some academic struggles as well, or some behavioral issues. And this just gives them an opportunity to connect and build a bond with someone that can be a listening ear, maybe lend some advice, and just knowing that there's this constant person in their life when maybe their world has not got a lot of continuity anywhere else. So it's just, it's a way of bringing the generations together and building bonds, building connections, and raising up our kids to be healthy, strong, independent individuals.
The program is at the schools during lunchtime, and we ask our mentors to have lunch with these students at least twice a month. It's in a designated room other than the cafeteria, so they don't have the noise and the disruption, and they can have that one-on-one time to talk, get to know each other, bond, develop that trust. Some kids are very talkative and it's very easy. Other students may be very shy and it may take them longer to build the bond and trust.
What is so great is that this program was developed on helping the children, but as we have found, and as many mentors have found, it has been beneficial just as much for the adults involved in the program as it is for the kids. There's bonds being made here that I believe will last a lifetime in some situations.
We had one of our mentors last year do a testimonial. We had some of them, and he said he has gotten so much more out of it than what he thought, and his relationship with his student, he said, we'll be friends for life.
Table 16.
The event that we had today, it was a pizza party, and they are from Paris schools. They're from the elementary and junior high schools here in Paris. We have 2 events a year. In the fall, we have a kickoff to get our school year started. And then we have a winter party when things are a little bit quieter than after the holidays. Otherwise, they are one-on-one with their mentors, so twice a year they come together as a group. They can see all the other kids. There's a lot of them that have mentors, and they just learn from that.
Yeah, it's really a celebration for what the program's about. And the great thing about the party at the beginning of the year is that when we have those mentees and mentors that this is their first time meeting or connecting, they're able to do so in a very, fun, interactive environment. They're with their friends, so it's not a sensitive situation where you're being thrown in a room with an adult for the first time and have to kind of navigate that out on your own. We help them through that process by starting the relationship at that party as a group.
And the teachers refer the students to our program. And then we have a parent permission form, and after that, then we can meet with the student, explain the program, and then get them started with their mentor as soon as possible.
He's relaxed.
The mentors are from the community. They're volunteers from the community. They complete a form, and then they also have a background check. After all of that has been processed, we have an orientation, which is like a lunch and learn. We have materials to give them to help prepare them for meeting with their students. So we do ask that they complete that orientation before they meet with their student, and then they start with their lunches.
And the demographic's very broad. So we have male and female. We have young and older. So we have some retired individuals. We have some that maybe just got out of high school. So anywhere from 18 to, what are we, in the 70s at this point? So it's very broad, and as far as what they do occupationally, we have firemen, police officers, bank presidents. It's just very broad, and it's awesome because whenever we have these mentors and these mentees, we match them based on similar interests and as much as possible on similar sexes, as far as matching males with males, females with females. And having this nice diverse cross-section allows us to do that much easily, so that if a little boy wants to be a police officer when he grows up, hopefully we could send him with a police officer now. So it's pretty cool.
We do have evaluation. We have surveys at the end of the year, so we get feedback from the teachers, the mentors, the mentees, the parents, and that helps us evaluate, make improvements. They can make suggestions. We ask for input from the schools. We follow the schools' policies and procedures. So one other thing I wanted to mention about our mentors, we solicit, we recruit, but then we have had some that have contacted us and they've heard about it, they want to be involved, and we did have one person that was in law enforcement, and he volunteered because of the negative that sometimes is in the news about the law enforcement. He wanted the kids to see the positive and the human side of them, and that they can also be their friend.
So, do you have your papers that you wrote down things that make you happy? Football. We all thought of something that made you happy, made you smile.
When we have them all together and the whole group convenes twice a year, it is the most heartwarming, wonderful experience. I mean, Jody's meeting with them individually. As president, I do a lot of the back end, but I don't get to have that contact with them. So seeing them as a group really makes us happy and know that we're doing what we've set out to do, to accomplish. We've really went above and beyond what I ever imagined that we could do with this program. As far as feedback's concerned, we do receive a lot of positive feedback from everyone when we do our surveys at the end of the year. So we have a lot of mentors saying that this program is, I've had one tell me this is what they needed, this is what they've been searching for. There was this missing piece, and this being a mentor has filled that void. They constantly say that gives them, makes their day brighter, it makes their day better just by knowing that they're going to meet with their mentee. And as far as the kids are concerned, I have not heard one little one not get excited. I mean, we'll get contact from the school saying, you know, we have a mentee who is having some situation, and the school will get the mentor directly involved in that situation because of that much influence they have on this child's life. So it's really cool to see the community, you know, wrapping their arms around it and partnering together to raise up this village of children, because it really does take a village to raise those kids.
Our goal from the beginning was to have this to be countywide. So we've had 3 years to build our program in Paris, to learn, to develop, and so now we're reaching out, and our next Edgar County community will be Kansas. Mm-hmm. They just approved having the mentoring program in their school, so we'll start this spring, and then in the fall we'll be ready to launch the program in Kansas. Then hopefully the next year, after we get them set up and established and running smoothly, then we will go on to our next community in Edgar County.
When we set out on this mission, we did set out to do it on a county-wide basis, essentially touching all children from kindergarten to 12th grade, you know, in some way, shape, or form, providing that positive influence in their lives. So we're just kind of moving along at a slow pace because we are dealing a lot of times with sensitive situations, and we make sure that we treat that accordingly. So, you know, it will take us several years to ramp up to where we want to be, but we are getting there. We're making headway very quickly, as you have seen today with all of these wonderful people together. When we started 3 years ago, you would have seen about, 60 people in this room. So today, there should have been about 140. With some circumstances changing last minute, there was a little less. But in 3 years, we feel pretty blessed that that's the case.
Maybe you had a disagreement with your friend, a disagreement with a family member, or just something happened. Maybe you got in trouble for doing something. So when you're having a bad day, there are things around you within your reach that you can think about that will make you happy. So don't dwell upon the bad. Think about the good. Reach out for something good to make your day better. Now, you may have a friend or someone that you see and maybe they're having a bad day. You can help them. You can talk to them. You can include them, like recess or lunch. Make them feel a part, and that will help their day be a better day. So thank you, mentors, for volunteering your time. Thank you for spending it with these remarkable kids.
We are still in the works of developing how we take this model and be able to shift it to be able to be used at a high school level. Dealing with high school children is a much different situation than dealing with kindergartners all the way through even junior high. And with some of the limitations with some logistics issues with the high school, we are still working on getting there. But we definitely do want to try to touch every student in Edgar County from kindergarten through 12th grade at some point within this next decade.
I got the 2 coolest guys in the world. 2 coolest guys in the world.
I think that the only way that this program's been able to exist is by the community loving it and supporting it. And we run a really tight budget, and we are very accountable with the funds we do have. But if it wasn't for our donors, we could never, ever create this opportunity or experience for these children. So it is, it amazes me and delights me that we had 2 initial donors step up and each contribute a significant sum for a 3-year commitment. They have now renewed that 3-year commitment to get us up and rolling. And then we opened up PERK Champions as another opportunity for others to give at a different level, because we really do want to ensure the sustainability of this organization for many, many years to come. So we have been blessed beyond belief with generous, wonderful people that have not only been able to commit their time to the program, but to commit their financial resources as well.
I think our community has just rallied around so many things, and we have a lot of good things going for especially our youth. And we are very fortunate. We appreciate everything that they have done and their donations and their support. And we couldn't do it without them.
No, definitely not. Paris community is unbelievable. I just moved here about 8 years ago and was welcomed into the community immediately. And I didn't know but a couple people when I moved here. But then I started getting involved in some of the community activities. And people do rally around great causes. We do support our own and work very hard to support and provide for those that maybe are less fortunate, or to bring about an awesome community project that really benefits everyone. So Paris is a fantastic community full of very generous people in their hearts, in their hands, and in their money. So I couldn't ask for a better place to live.
I'm Tanner Laughlin. I am the drama director here at Paris High School in my first season, and this is our second show of the year. So we are in the beautiful Paris Center of Fine Arts, and happy to have you with us. I was lucky enough to be the drama director at Crestwood Junior High for the last 2 school years, and had a blast doing all of that when Mr. Lynch, who was the former director here at Paris High School, decided that he was going to try something different, and it was something that, once I heard about it, I was very excited that the opportunity was there, and have loved every minute of it. So being on stage and behind the scenes as a director of previous shows, you really learn a lot about what works and what doesn't work, and that's kind of the beauty of it all. Some things work great on one show but may not be the perfect fit for the next group. So learning as you go, being able to adapt as you go and mold into what the next group's going to need from you, and learning as you go. So this is the Paris Center of Fine Arts here on campus at Paris High School. Beautiful facility and state of the art. We are beyond lucky to have a facility like this in our community, our small little community here, and have something of this caliber. So we're very, very lucky and very grateful that every time we walk through the doors, we don't take it for granted that this exists and we're actually here performing.
Everybody on stage!
Yes.
Paris Center of Fine Arts seats 500 people. So we're hoping for sellout crowds. Normally the spring musical is very well attended, so we're looking forward to filling the place. Apart from the school shows, and all the different schools in the community utilize this facility, not just the high school, so that's really cool. Kids of all ages get to the chance to be on stage and feel what it's like to be in a theater just like this. But there are professional shows that come in as well, and those are brought in by the Paris Center of Fine Arts and their own committee. They find outside acts that come in here. We had a group called Catapult last fall that was a finalist on America's Got Talent, and almost a sold-out crowd for that. So different things that the community are getting to come out and enjoy and kind of broaden their horizons a little bit. I've given countless tours of the school in general and this facility as well. Every single person that walks through the door, their jaw hits the floor and they just can't believe that they're in Paris, Illinois when they come in to this room. So again, we're just so blessed and lucky to have this here in the facility. A facility like this enhances our program immensely because the actors and the crew and the orchestra, everybody rises to the occasion and just to match the level of the facility itself. I would say the biggest challenge is the learning curve and the state-of-the-art equipment that we do have in here is stuff that we weren't used to working with before. Does it make things easier in life? Absolutely. But getting there and getting to know how to use it all and how to work with it all probably has proven to be the biggest challenge, but is very rewarding in the end when you have new knowledge of something and it all works.
Isn't there a mark?
Yeah, I don't know where it's at though. Oh, it's right there. Stop, right there.
All right. Yeah, it's good enough. Thanks.
Let's make sure it opens up to the mark. Let's make sure it opens up to the mark.
See you later. See you, thanks.
This side first.
Yeah, it looks good to me.
You're out here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to notice like a 2-inch difference.
I think it helped them more than it hurt them.
Preston, something if you are having trouble, and you've got to remember that all this was really done in the dark.
Yeah.
So if you want these dots glow. So if you need to put a glow-in-the-dark, use them sparingly. Like, don't put glow-in-the-dark spots all over the stage because...
Those are the only ones that we probably need.
Those are dots. I thought that was a tape.
No, I got dots, but they're
Rooftop
expensive,
and
so...
maybe the doors. Yeah. Rooftop, maybe the doors opening.
This is our big spring musical. The spring musicals are famous here in Paris, Illinois. So everybody looks forward to the spring because they know it's musical time at the high school. So this is our tech week. So we're in here, we're fine-tuning everything. We're just a couple weeks out. So this year we are producing Mary Poppins, which we're very excited about. It's always fun to do a Disney show and a show that people know the story and know the characters and get to come and watch it come to life on stage.
Okay, we are going to run all of Act 2 tonight. Okay, we're going to start at the very top of Act 2. We're just going to run all the way through and get to curtain call. We'll do curtain call, and it'll be kind of like last night. We might jump back and forth and do some things here and there a second time. May do some stuff at the end that we need to touch up, but you know, just polishing it all up and getting it ready to go. All right, as soon as the stage crew has that swap, we're going to go. So go to your places, get where you need to be.
On that side over there. And this one.
All right.
You must be the children. Pity. I don't suppose you know who I am?
Yes, we do. You're the Holy Terror.
Impudent boy. You're Jane, I suppose. Why aren't you wearing stockings?
I don't like that.
Tut! What manners! I can see there's not a minute to lose.
The majority know the story and know the characters and know the songs. When you pick a musical like that everybody knows and loves, it adds a little bit of pressure to it because it is one that everybody knows and loves. So you can't mess it up. But our students have really risen to the occasion and they're going to put on a really fantastic show. From start to finish, we cast the show right before Christmas break. Our fall production was White Christmas, which we produced right at the beginning of December. So we gave them a couple weeks off. They came back in and auditioned for Mary Poppins before break, and we started rehearsals as soon as they were back in January. So we've been in rehearsals, memorizing songs, learning choreography, all of that kind of stuff up until this point. Behind the scenes, there's been set building going on. We've got a great group of drama parents here in Paris that really go above and beyond for our program, and that all the sets that you'll see come on and off stage are built by them. So really a group effort. We have 65 students on stage in the cast and an orchestra of 15 and a crew of about 10. And the crew is all student ran. Everything that you see come on and off stage, everything that runs backstage is all student ran. There are really no adults backstage, which is really cool. We have 16 seniors with us out of that entire group, out of cast, orchestra, and crew. 16 are seniors. All of the rest of them are freshmen through juniors. And we also have 2 junior high boys that are sharing the role of Michael Banks. And so we've enjoyed having them and welcome them to the high school drama family as well. This isn't a one-man job, it's not a two-man job. It is really a huge group effort to put on something that is this big and this grand. And from parents to students to teachers to staff, just everybody is involved, and it's really a great time at Paris High School. They're ready for a crowd. That's the big thing. When we get to this point, we've done it so many times over and over for an empty room with no laughs and no applause. So the group is ready for a crowd. We've got an awesome group of dancers that have really taken the dance level up in this show. Step in Time is the big tap number that everybody knows and loves from Mary Poppins, and I think it's really going to be a showstopper. We're in Tech Week this week, which we will go into dress rehearsal next week. We will be in previews. Something we do that's a tradition here in Paris is we bring all of the elementary and junior high schools. All of those students come in on Thursday, the day before we open, and we preview the show for them. So hopefully we get them excited about the show and they go home and ask mom and dad to bring them back over the weekend to see the full thing. And it gives our students the chance to get on stage and kind of get the pre-show jitters out before opening night, which is Friday, April 13th. And we will do 2 shows on Saturday, which we're going to have a children's matinee at 1 o'clock on Saturday, April 14th. We had a workshop earlier this year, and those students are going to come back and join the cast on stage for one of the songs. So we're really excited about that. We'll do a 7 p.m. show on Saturday, and then to close out our show on Sunday, we'll be at 2 o'clock. 4 opportunities to see an amazing show put on by some amazing students. I love coming through the doors here every day to rehearsals, whether we're in a full-blown cast rehearsal or we're just coming in to paint sets with a small group. I really just love coming here and getting to use this facility, and it really is the highlight of my day. We have decided what we're going to do next year. Traditionally, that is announced at the spring musical each year, which we're gonna switch up the way that's done a little bit, but still the big announcement will be the weekend of Mary Poppins.
There you go. If it starts to get low like that, then move your feet, change position.
I just let it go down and then go back up.
All right, that's fine. But it's the width from the ground up is the big one.
Okay.
Easy now. Your old friend ain't gonna hurt you. Perhaps a smudge or two, so I today I'm a chimney sweeper. So what are you two running from?
The nastiest nanny in the world.
The nastiest nanny in the world, eh? Well, you two would know. You've been through a lot of them. Is she really as bad as all that?
First time Paris has done Mary Poppins. It's a fairly new show when it comes to Broadway. So we were looking for something that hadn't been done before, that the students would know, that the community would know, and that everybody would enjoy coming out to see. We like to pick those family fun shows that really the whole family can come out to and enjoy. This one's fun. It's got a lot of magic that happens on stage, so a lot of really cool special effects, some really cool theater moments that we're looking forward to presenting to the community. So just a really fun show all around.
I knew it! Mary Poppins, I knew you'd come back! Leaning like a sardine!
It's going to be a great show. It's really a wonderful opportunity to get your family out and about in Paris and support the students and support the fine arts, and it really does make us all better rounded individuals.
City Spotlight is supported by Consolidated Communications. CCI is honored to salute the cities and their leaders in the area, as well as providing TV, internet, and phone service to local homes and businesses. We live where we work and are proud to support the communities we serve. More information available at consolidated.com.